Why, hello there. Welcome back to Vanilla Extract. And we are, episode 21. That's the one we're on. We're on episode 21. Welcome back. I've had so much fun working on this lovely building over here, and as you know, in last episode, we finally got all the way through this building. We got all the interiors done, all the way through the kind of homely section, as well as all the way into the more factory floor sections. And it's all looking great and lovely, but there stands to be one underlying issue. While all of this is done, and all the rest of the building itself is done, the outside isn't, or at least not up here. This is all done, of course. But over here? No. All this still has work to be done. And I really want to get a new building in this area over here. But as you know, last episode we also discovered our shop had been bought from. And you know what? I got some new stock. So I've been running their weekly deals at my shop, and I said, you know what? We need a new weekly deal. So look at all this prismarine. We're going to be taking all of this over to our shop to actually stock it up with, and hopefully we can get some good sales on this. So I'm thinking we just kind of stick these in here, right? Okay, now I'm confused. So I had an inventory full prismarine stuff, and now I've ended up with the shulker box of golden carrots. I think I grabbed the wrong box. Yep, I did. Okay, we'll just stick that in there, and then boom. So that's now full completely. We have a lot more stock than we usually do. And, ooh. What do I price it at? Well, it wouldn't be a deal if it didn't offer some sort of lower price. So I guess let's look over here at the only other place I know sells prismarine. Ooh. Oh, they're pretty expensive per shulker. Well, let's see, I'll price them only a little bit under. And whenever I run out, people can just go to purple for some prismarine. I'm thinking this is what I go with. 3 kinds of prismarine boxes. I'll put it at 2 diamonds per box for now. And I guess that's it. That's done, and now we can finally go back to our base and start working on the new area. Back over at this area, right? So we got this little water area. I'm thinking we put some sort of dock here. You know, a lumber mill has to be able to transfer lumber to and from it. So I'm thinking if we put some sort of dock area, maybe a small boat, maybe a loading station, that'll be good for over here. But then over here is where I actually want to put it. And you're probably thinking, why am I trying to put it right next to this stupid hole? Well, guess what? This hole is leaving. That's right. This hole's not going to be here. I'm getting rid of this hole because why not? Who needs a stupid little hole in the ground whenever you can just cover it up? And we'll have a nice big open space here, and then we're going to have a house here, and we're going to have some other stuff like random tents and pergolas and a bunch of random stuff all over this place. And it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be amazing. Only issue being there may or may not be trees in our way, which is quite ironic considering we're building a lumber yard. So I guess let's start chopping down trees, and then we can later use those trees in the lumberyard itself. But with that, I think it's about time we get straight into a time lapse and try and get some of this actually built. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a little bit of a time lapse. Okay, so the buildings are done, but just the buildings for now. And while I've been working on these buildings, you know, wood's kind of been on my mind. Yeah, you know, I don't know why. Kind of strange how I've been thinking of so much wood while I build this lumber yard. But yeah, so we got nice little storage areas. One here with this nice little roof, nice slope. Very flat for now because obviously there's supposed to be wood here. There's just not right now. And then we got another one over here. And then we got the main kind of building right over here, which actually has a couple different rooms. So we got down here, right? That's supposed to be more of a basement type area where, of course, we're going to be storing wood. There's upstairs where we're actually going to have not wood. It's going to be something way different than just wood. It's going to be a little area for people to hang out, whoever's the workers, because, you know, I always got to give the workers who work in my area a little bit of, like, space for them to just hang out or whatnot. I did it with the blacksmith, and I'll do it with here. And then we got a vault over here, which is actually quite funny, because you'll see later on in the video, it's not going to store what you think. And then we even have this little area down here that's going to have some stuff on it, and there's even this, and it seems like another zombie has kind of taken my door away from me. I'll have to replace that, but we got a nice little garden closet, a little shed attached to the side of this building. And while this building is made up of primarily just offset roofs, it looks quite nice from the side. I'll tell you that. It does look quite nice. And as you can see, even like this little shed uses the sign trick that has been popping up everywhere recently. And I thought, why not try it out for myself? I decided to use it over here. And it looks pretty nice. Just to show a little bit of maybe tattered wood on the side. But then, of course, we also have this big flat open area here that I'm thinking I might just put some more wood. Because, you know, lumberyard makes sense to put more wood. But I keep hearing mobs. And I think I know why. So if I just break down... Where is it? Ah, yeah. Okay, we're gonna put you back. If I break here. Yeah, that's an issue. That's not good. What happens if I just do this? Ooh, there's so many. Oh, not good. Not good at all. So many mobs. Yeah, we definitely need to light this place up. Okay, I think that's all of them. Now we just need to scatter as many torches as we like around this place before we go crashing down into a pit of death. Does it just continue on? Hold on. Let me check this. Yeah, oh, goodness. Yeah, it just continues on. We're gonna leave this for now. I want no part of that. And I think this might be enough torches. So now... There's our block. Just need to grab that. Get out of here. Seal that back up, and we got that. You know what? I've been thinking. Might be a good idea to come into here, right? Go back here, because I don't think... Ooh. Yeah, I don't think this place has been lit up any more better than the other place. Yeah. I think I need to light this place up as well. I don't want this place getting blown up either. We'll just place a bunch more torches around here. And there we go. That's all sealed up again. And hopefully no more mobs spawn in there. So we got that done and that done. Hopefully that solves our mob issues. But you know what? Now I think it's probably time that we can add the wood over here and all over this place. Because we got a lot of wood. And you know, it's a lumber yard. There has to be a lot of wood. So let's get going on that. We now have wood on wood with a side of wood with more wood. I mean, we have so much wood stored around here. We got the wood here in the basement. We got a little cutter thing. We got the planks from the cutter thing. We got tables and barrels and wood all around us. We got this nice little campfire. And can we just take a moment to appreciate this? Because I spent a little too long trying to figure out how to get the smoke to go up from this fire, because I was like, well, I don't want to just put campfires in it. I kind of want to have smoke coming out of it, but it be made out of glass so that I can make the flame just one big flame. So I shoved a ton of campfires down at the bottom here and just hoped and prayed that the smoke kind of came through a little bit, even though it's multiple blocks. And because of the amount of campfires, it kind of works. I feel like it smokes just enough to be like, oh yeah, that's a fire. But it just like, I don't know why it took me so long to decide, shove a bunch of campfires. And like originally I even tried doing it with just a normal bottom, but then I was like, nope, we gotta do hay bales because otherwise it wasn't getting high enough and it didn't look right because then it would only get to like here, maybe, if even that. Most of it didn't even get out of the flame. And then it just looked kind of weird because then it was like big flame, short little smoke. Didn't make sense. But with this, it does make sense. And it's funny, just the amount of campfires used in this base. Because they're everywhere. They're there now, they're up there, they're over here. I mean, they're everywhere. And there's probably going to be more, considering the amount of smokestacks that are going to be built. And it's just funny, because it's like, even with over here, there's smoke. And this time it's not even from the chimney. So it's just kind of funnily worked out that way. But then aside from the wood that's everywhere in this nice little open area, we also have these nice barrels out here. And I did replace the door. We got a new door now. We'll see how long it lasts. But we got some wheelbarrows. And of course, we're not that poor, so we at least have one that's metal. And then we go upstairs and we'll find the kind of break room almost with some really high tables. You know, I already had people mention that to me. Why are the tables so high? Because they are. Okay? In my brain, I kind of went, you know what, high tables are fine because the chairs, they're gonna bump you up, but it's gonna look normal, right? Looks normal like this. When you're standing next to these things, it's like, oh my goodness, the table's ginormous. We got this area over here. Just very minimal storage all around up here. And then we got this vault. And usually, vaults are to store like treasures and whatnot. So your gold, your silver, your expensive items, right? Not here. Because it's the lumberyard, you know, only the finest wood is stored in this vault. We got only the best wood stored over here, used for only the premium buyers. And of course, because it's just wood, we're allowed to have windows in this vault. So people could technically just walk through. I mean, I don't know if this door will ever close. And it's a nice place. And it's a nice addition to this building. I think it really filled out this side. Because originally, what I was going to do was just put like a field, like a crop field out here. I think this was the better decision, because I feel like the crop field just would have made this place a little too flat looking, which for it being next to a building this tall, I feel like only a crop field would give it a little bit of injustice to the height. And I think it just fits in really well. And to be honest, my favorite part of this whole thing isn't even this building, it's this little thing over here. Because this was what started the whole vision. Whenever I was thinking of what to do for the lumber mill, I was like, you know what, I want a little tent looking thing over here with wood underneath it. That's how it started. And then it just kind of spread out into this. So it ended up working out nicely. But then there's still something we need to do. Of course, while this area is done, we still have the dock to build. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm still not entirely sure how I want to build this. Because here's the dilemma, right? So we got this little island over here. I kind of want the dock to extend out from this point this way, right? This is just a river, but then this area has more space, but it's also deeper. So we could have a dock that goes like this, but then it might look weird if it goes through this. So it's like this weird position. And I might have to go back through and fix some of the terrain as well, because there's some weird places like this, and I think I might stick with the dock being here for now. And if I think of any new places to put one, I might put a second one somewhere. I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle that. So we should probably start off with just a little bit of figuring out where we want this to be and how wide, I guess. Maybe we'll do 5 wide. That seems like a good position, and then it extends out this way. Okay, as much as I love the wood on my head, I think I'm gonna have to take it off in order to do this, because mining underwater ain't fun whenever you don't have your maxed out helmet. We'll have to take that off for now. Now, I wonder if I should just leave it like this, or if I extend it out by one more chunk. This is a hard one. So if I extend it out one more chunk, that'll put it like roughly to here. Might just need to remove that rock and we'll be fine. Or, ooh, we could extend it out this way and then extend it out this way and make it go along that island out into the open area. Actually, that might work. So how I have it laid out right now is the 9, and then the little chunk for the 5 for the turn. But if we do that, it's gonna be a little weird, but if we do this 5, it can just go straight across. I think we'll have to do that. I think we'll have to bump this back by a little bit, make it into 5, so it can continue on at the correct length. Okay, so this is the kind of setup I have going on right now. So it goes out, over, keeps going until it reaches this deeper part. We can maybe build a ship here or something eventually, just to kind of load wood onto. It's nice and deep, so it'll be possible, right? And then obviously the ocean's right over there, so it makes sense, because it can just kind of go out this way, or out and around, wherever it needs to go. And I think this is going to work. I know that there's some parts where it's just like land. What I might end up doing is taking just a bunch of random stone variants and building it up to make it look like it's a little purposely rocked area so that water doesn't get in over. But I'm not sure, because this island is a weird little spot. So what I'm thinking for this area over here is we can take down this rock, right? We can do this, right? And what I've been trying to think about is whether I want it to be at this level or at the layer above. Is that gonna look too weird? Ooh, I don't even know what happened here. That doesn't help me at all. Because what I'm trying to get out of this is just how to make it look not so flat with this, but also not entirely too off from it. I feel like if it looks too off, then it's gonna look kind of strange. Like this, there's almost a full block between this and this. And you know what? I think I might do the lower option. It just looks too disconnected like this. So we're gonna move it down, we get more slabs, and we'll get this top portion built. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a lot to the bridge since saying that. Now the top is almost done, that's for sure. But I changed up all of these, so now they're not just normal spruce, but I stripped a bunch of it. I added dark oak towards the bottom, I added oak at the top. I changed this platform to being not only these slabs, but also campfires all over the place. You got a nice little area where it breaks off here, and then you got the second version of it going this way, of course. Breaking off over here and opening to whatever ships may be here eventually. And then I also added a bunch of these signs everywhere, not only just on here. Whoops. Not only just on here, but also around the edge to kind of serve as railing. And then have some chains as well so that you can't just fly. Oh, I guess you can just fly through it still. I thought these would stop you. Oh well. But it's looking pretty nice, and I tried to use as many gradients as I could in this bridge because it was looking kind of boring without it. So I thought that with the gradients it looked a lot better, and it's looking really nice with this area. I think it fits really well. The only thing left to do is actually place some trapdoors, because while this is detailed, it's not super detailed. It only has 2 blocks, but as you can see I started placing some trapdoors on the end. Because I like to put trapdoors where I think it would sag. So like, for example, some of these areas where it has quite a bit away from the middle, right? I put some trapdoors there to make it look like it's sagging. So like over here would be a good spot to put some trapdoors. Sometimes if it's like the middle and there's not really a good connection around it, I'll place a few in the middle. And I just keep doing that. So like this one is on the edge, there's not much connection. There's no post or anything, so we can place them there. Probably put one here. Could probably get away with putting a few in the middle here. And then I just keep doing that all the way down the bridge. And as I do this, I try and keep it in good amounts of chunks. I try not to spread it out too much, because if I spread it out too much and it just looks like a bunch of random little pebbles, it doesn't look as good. So I try and keep it at least in somewhat chunks with only one here and there that's on its own. And just like that, the bridge is done. Now we get to walk around here, and I might add some like barrels or whatnot, piles of wood, who knows, along this bridge. I don't know if it's exactly big enough to do that on some of these edges. I don't want it to feel too cramped. So I want it to mainly feel like a dock that you can just kind of come out on and look onto the water, out into the forest, across the river, and just be like a nice kind of inviting space. So I don't want to make it too cluttered. But that does mark this area as complete. So now I got the plant building and the lumber yard next to it. And this area is looking pretty cool. I mean, just look at it. It looks complete. It looks like it goes together. And it's looking awesome. In fact, I don't even think flying does it justice. Let's go into free cam here. Look at this. And just imagine having a small little boats down here as well. You might even terraform this land to give it more of a path out into the ocean, because like, I can't imagine a ship getting through there. It's too shallow. Too narrow as well. But if we just like remove this piece of land and just let it flow through, maybe have to make this a little wider. We could just remove this island, then that'll make sense out into the open. Of course, we might also have to figure out some sort of way to where boats can get over that way to our neighbor's base. But yeah, every single time I swear I put something on this building, I'm like, this is neat, this is cool, this is awesome. And you know what it is? Because it's fun to see it grow, and just like, imagine looking at this. I could stare at this all day. This looks awesome. So we're definitely going to be adding some more stuff, except it might not be to this building, of course. I think we've had our fair share of building with this building. I think it's time we move on to this one. And maybe even onto our tower here eventually. Because, you know, we don't just got over here. We got this entire island to fill out. We even have an area back here that we could do stuff with if we really wanted to. We'll have to figure out some stuff to do. Because like, even walking over here, we still got all this space out here that we could do something with. Even like the sand. We could do something with the sand. We could terraform it to not be sand and make it beautiful, right? So there's just a lot of stuff we could be doing. And I can't wait to see it grow. But that's all I have for you for now. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe even leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.